It would have been a 4th and 1 without the penalty.
Well, and
Price
looks like
going off the field.
Looks like McQueen is in.
You are looking live at a sold-out Silver State Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is a special presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by AP Music on 11 Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrup. Alongside me is Rick Northrup.
Good evening.
As we have the Las Vegas Fury hosting the Charleston Predators. These two teams are currently 1-2, so somebody's going to get to 500. Both teams coming off tough losses last week in a variety of ways. The both of them, you see the numbers comparison on your screen.
The comment of the evening so far, losses in a variety of ways.
TD Drew calls the toss of the coin for the Charleston Predators. It is heads. You are looking live at a sold-out Silk, so the Fury elect to kick. And we'll have kickoff coming up shortly. Rick, Charleston has never defeated Vegas, and they're looking to change it now.
Oh, they sure are. They'd love to come into Las Vegas's field and steal one from them and make their mark.
This, for those of the uninitiated, the team was previously based in Indianapolis. Recently as the Spitfire, but before that, the Red Devils for a couple of years. Dustin McCrack has the ball all teed up. And we're ready to get this match underway. The ball is in the air and we're underway from Vegas. Fielded by DeLuke and returned up to the 30-yard line, and we'll get our first look at this Charleston offense that's averaging 400 total yards per game and led by the trigger man, number 7, TD Drew. First and 10 for Charleston from their own 30. Single back is Keith Swearingen. The wide receivers are Ken Vaccaro and Shea Carroll. As Drew drops back to throw, throws to the top of the screen. It is complete to Vaccaro, number 10, out of bounds for 3 yards.
And you'll see that swing pass quite a bit. That's a staple in the Simulation Football League for a lot of teams, and they go to it right off the bat, kind of shake off the rust and get a feel for the field.
Let's look at Vaccaro, number 10. Number 88 is Shea Carroll, and the tight end is number 81, Sean Errolson. Drew hands off to Swearingen, his first carry, and he bowls up the middle for a 6-yard gain to set up a 3rd and 1.
Swearingen 6'1", 245, very durable and strong back, Colin.
We'll set the Vegas defense for you after this 3rd down play. There's Rhett Sawyer, the defensive tackle, number 54. Drew under center, turns, gives to Swearingen one more time, but there's Sawyer, knocks him off the line of scrimmage and stops him for no gain.
They were ready for that. And bringing up 4th and short, and that's going to stymie the opening possession for Charleston. Hey, you talk about Sawyer. He's 6'5", 310, and gets his share of QB hurries and so forth for a big DT. That's something.
Here's the punt. It's away from the Predators, and a fair catch will be called by Max Jackson, the strong safety, number 37. So we're going to first look at Thomas Rahman, number 11, the starting quarterback. Key player for them is halfback number 28, Robert Redford, tight end number 81, John Blades, and the wide receivers are number 16, Brett Funk, and number 87, Memphis Blue. 1st and 10 out of the I formation for Las Vegas. Redford the deep back. Rahman will throws it over the middle of the field. It is complete to Blades for a pick up of 5 yards.
And there again, you see a a fairly high percentage short throw for the opening play from your Las Vegas Fury, Colin.
For Charleston on defense, they have outside linebacker number 42, Jack Brown. Inside linebacker number 52, Brandon Haight. The corners are Johnny Bravo, number 33, Camden Holly, number 44. As Rahman throws down the middle of the field, it is complete. Down to the 48-yard line of Charleston is Mario Cabretti. His first catch sets him up with a 1st and 10.
So the Fury comes out with a burst play. A burst play gets him over the 50. And Rahman is feeling good.
And the safeties are number 22, Paul Connolly. As Rahman throws out, this is caught by Blue for a pickup of 4 yards.
Just kind of
Tackle made by Bravo.
Just kind of a little clear out pattern, but Charleston D was on it and they closed pretty quickly. He had some room, but was denied.
And the free safeties are number 38, Zachary Bates, and the rookie, number 45, Jack Hoffman. To complete this nickel defense for Predators, standard pro set backfield from Vegas. Rahman takes a 7-step drop, faces a heavy blitz, and down he goes at his own 49-yard line.
Charleston sends 2 linebackers on the delayed blitz, and that befuddles the blocking scheme, and they get to him.
Sam Lance, the defensive end, breaks through late and brings him down to set up a 3rd and very long situation. Predators allow opponents to convert on 38% of 3rd downs. Meanwhile, Las Vegas only converts 21% on 3rd downs when they're on offense. And they'll get to Redford, and that just doesn't make any sense as he loses 3 more.
Yeah, I know Redford is your guy, and he's got a studly 4.4 yards per carry going so far this season, but 3rd and long, not sure I'm seeing that. I think Charleston was probably loaded for a little extra rush and found themselves an armful of Redford in the backfield.
And the punt is away. And it'll be returned by Zachary Bates, and Bates has a bit of a lane up to the 34-yard line. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports Net.
First and 10 from the Predators, 35 yards. Second and 7 from the Predators, 38 yards.
To Stephen Hacker, our statistician, as Drew throws the pass down the field. It's complete to Vaccaro on a 3rd and long situation down to the Vegas 39.
Hey, so I'll see your burst play, and I got one of my own. And that gets them across the 50 for the first time this evening.
Looked like a nice post cut there. Perfect spiral from the left-handed passer.
Yeah, and don't underestimate the lefty, the odd lefty, because the ball obviously spins differently, and sometimes the DBs can get befuddled, and it's usually good for a dropped easy interception, as they're not ready for the reverse spin versus what a righty would throw.
As the run by Swearingen is up to the 36-yard line.
Picks up 3, leaving it 2nd and 7.
From the Las Vegas 36-yard line. They have no contracted linebackers, does Vegas. As Drew takes a quick drop, surveys the field, fires it out to, I believe that is Sean Harrelson, his first catch. Yes, it is number 81. Sets up a 3rd and 3 situation. Converted one earlier on this drive with a splash play. Let's see what they do here.
Not exactly sure if that was the right route or the right option, as they're very close to picking up the first down, but he throws it short on a short run route.
Here's Swearingen, the deep back. He gets the call on the trap play, and he's stopped. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Trapped by your Las Vegas Fury.
Jonathan Taylor-Sconsing, who had 8 solo tackles last week versus Houston, comes up huge that time and forces another Charleston punt.
Taylor-Sconsing was picked 11th overall in this year's rookie draft, and he's off to a good start in his freshman season here.
So here's the trying to corner this one, and Jackson will get to the 15. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports Network. Back on the field here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the Fury take over at their own 15-yard line. 3 plays and a punt was the result in their last drive. They start this one with an empty backfield formation. Rahman under center. And Tom Rahman, medium drop, fires down the field. Oh, and a stiff drill intercept. It's Paul Conley up the sideline. He goes to the Vegas 22.
And the Charleston defense will give their offense the best starting position so far in the early going of this game.
So we get another look at it here. It was Holly, the rookie, who tipped it. Pass intended for, I believe, that was Memphis Blue.
It's a sure-handed pickup by the defender. And let's see what Charleston can do. You know, a lot of coaches, Colin, like to go for a kill shot right here on a quick change.
And that is their 6th turnover on the season. Vegas. First and 10 for Charleston. They will go pass. Over in the middle, it's a slant cut complete for a 9-yard pickup. That is to DeLuke. And we have Ken Vicaro is injured on the play. That's not good for Charleston.
Ken McCarro's a wide receiver, and he's got 14 catches so far coming into this game for 144 yards and a TD. His average yards per catch is 10.3, Colin. And that's another studly number to go along with Keith Swearingen's 6 yards a carry, which we haven't even talked about yet.
2nd and 1 to give to Swearingen. He picks it up with ease, and it'll be 1st and goal. 9.
You know, going over the team stats for Charleston, Colin, getting ready for the game, one of the overriding impressions is just what a load they can bring to bear on a defense. And you're seeing it here a little bit right now.
Here's the throw to the end zone. Shake Carroll catches it for a touchdown. And Charleston takes advantage of the turnover and turns it into 6 points.
And just like that, they break the ice. Let's take another look at it here, Colin.
He was wide open in between the zones. And that is Drew's 4th touchdown pass of the year.
He kind of wanders his way out there and finds himself a hole in the zone, and happens to be right on the goal line.
Number 2 will hold the kick.
Swole 2011 says, shout out to the stats team. Shout out indeed. Give you the drive summary on that most recent one in just a moment, as the extra point is up and good.
The extra point is good.
So with 3:44 in the first quarter, Charleston is in front 7-0, and that play was a culmination of a 3-play, 22-yard drive following a Vegas interception. Following 3 consecutive punts before Vegas threw that pick.
And here's your kickoff.
Jackson returns it, spins up the field. That guy's always dangerous on the return game. He gets out to the 32.
I'm happy to see a lot more spin moves are being employed this season, Colin, than we've seen in the past. I think people have been working on it. They've seen the few guys using it in past seasons employ it successfully, so always exciting. We counted, 6 spin moves on one play earlier in the season.
2 receivers to the top. Standard pro set backfield. Redford along with Crow. Here's to get to Redford up the middle. He picks up 2 yards on first down, make it 2nd and 8. Jack Brown and Haight combining on the stop.
Yeah, they want to get Redford going, and he's not necessarily your prototypical running back, 5'10", 200 pounds. A lot of muscle on that guy. And we had talked about his 4.4 yards per carry coming into the game. But he's got great strength and speed, and he can break a lot of tackles. He can break a lot of arms, too, if you're not careful.
Empty backfield set against the dime defense. Medium drop back from Rahman. Under pressure, fires it complete to John Blades. And already in the first quarter, he has 2 receptions. That's all he had last game versus Houston.
I think Rahman was being tackled, actually going to the turf when he threw that ball. Shows you what kind of athlete he is, that he can still get the mustard and the accuracy on that thing.
It's a 3rd and 2. Vegas hasn't converted yet. Standard pro set backfield. Play action fake.
Oh,
Rahman
nice.
going. Memphis Blue for the down. They're not over on 3rd down anymore.
A little bit of statue of liberty right there. I don't know if we'll get another look at it or not, but really well-performed play fake, as after he pretends to hand the ball off, he just stands there casually.
That's only their 5th picked up first down so far. Don't forget to visit our website, simulationfl.net, and click on the Discord icon and join our community if you are interested. As Redford charges up the middle and gets to the 50. Update on Vicaro. He has leg cramps.
Macaro.
He'll have leg cramps, but he will return to the game.
Yeah, they'll hook him up with a little IV possibly and get him hydrated again. It's the heat here in Vegas maybe have gotten to him a little bit.
I formation, 2nd and 6. Rahman medium drop back, fires over the middle. It's complete to Brett Funk.
A great timing play, as he had to wait for him to get open and hit him before he got to the back end of the coverage there, Colin. Nicely done. Here's another look at it. Got to let it fly right there just to fit that in.
Don't forget to follow the Simulation Football League on Instagram at SimulationFL. And while you're also there, give our partners at Nation's Best also a follow over there. As we have trips to the top of the formation, Blades is the tight end to the bottom side. Rahman will throw to Redford's direction. He's enough room to turn upfield and carries the linebacker all the way down to the Charleston 28. Where it'll be a 2nd and 3 situation.
Mr. Redford shows him how it's done right there as he employs the move.
And Hates no small linebacker. He's 6'6", 280.
He's no slouch. That's for sure.
2nd and 3 as we're approaching the end of this first quarter. Rahman stares at a blitz, fires, he's got blades wide open. And he's knocked out of bounds by Hoffman at the 13. But it'll be first down Vegas.
Wow. So Vegas crosses the 50 and continues to march themselves into the red zone, Colin.
I saw the referee do a cartwheel back there. He must have ran into one of the wide receivers.
Yeah, maybe did he finish it off with a round off? Maybe, I don't know.
He certainly stuck the landing. Standard pro set backfield, one receiver to either side. Center staring at a nickel defense. The pass by Rahman down the middle is caught for the touchdown.
Nice. Robert Redford gets.
No, that's Malcolm Crowe, the fullback, gets a receiving touchdown out of the backfield as he snuck out there and got behind everybody.
Well, another country is heard from as the sneaky fullback gets employed right there. One of our favorite plays, is it not, Colin? Surprise use of the fullback in a key situation. And it works as it catches Charleston by surprise. And they don't cover him like they should.
Here's Dustin McCrack with the extra point attempt. And it's good. So with 27 seconds left in this quarter, we have a 7-all ball game.
Here we go.
And that drive summary by Vegas was a 8-play, 75-yard drive culminating in a 13-yard touchdown pass from Crow from Rahman. I'm Colin Northup. He's Rick Northup. We have Stephen Hacker manning the stats for us in the truck. And the return by DeLuke is up to the 28. So what do the Predators need to do? They've been stopped on 3rd down a couple of times when they handed it off to Rahman in the past.
Yep.
Do they feel a sense of urgency here with the game tied at 7?
You know, I think they got to stick with their game plan. I mean, it's tied, but they do need to make some progress, as our Canadian friends would say, with the offensive side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball. And here's a short drop.
The throw to DeLuke is ran out of bounds, and that'll be a pickup. Run out of bounds, and that'll be a pickup of about 8. That'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time they've opened a series with that exact or similar play. The quick wideout to the left side of the field, Colin. Interesting.
There's Merrick Itera, number 39. Came over with Max Jackson from San Francisco to help start the team. As this will most likely be the last play of the quarters. It's fumble! And who recovered the ball? That's the end of the first quarter. And the game is tied at 7. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by ATM Music on 11 Sports.
Do need to make some progress, as our Canadian friends would say.
Welcome back, folks, to Las Vegas, Nevada. So
Charleston fortunately recovers that ball, Colin. I think it was Taylor Skonseng.
Was the fumble as Drew throws an outcut to DeLuke, and he only picks up 3 yards. He had to go back for the ball and almost kind of jump up to snag it out of the air.
Yeah, he did. He did. We were talking about, what does Charleston need to do? And I think, stay with their game plan, and ideally they'll get Vegas into gambling or being confused a little bit or having to guess on their defensive calls, and that's when Charleston can really start hammering.
Here's to get to Swearingen up the middle, and he's stopped after a 2-yard pickup. It's Jack Burton playing run support from his cornerback position.
Yeah, when you get the cornerback coming up like that on that play, it's more than likely the defense has studied some film, and that might have been a tendency.
59 yards for T. Drew on 8 of 8 passing. And it's out of the middle, knocked away.
Good play as they
Pass
sink.
intended for
Yeah,
DeLake.
yeah, good defensive awareness as they sink back, sensing that throw's going to go a little long, and is able to get his hand on it, Colin.
And we have another punt from Charleston. Their punter is number 19, Pete Zoin.
So I think you're right, Colin. The early sense you had that Charleston may need to make some changes is showing up here.
And that was nearly blocked. It's away to Jackson, and Jackson will get tackled at the 20. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports Network. Tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is brought to you in part, is presented by APM Music, Custom Music Library and Custom Music House, and brought to you in part by Fuel Beyond Imagination. Visit the all-new SFLinteractive.net today at Doyle Designs, the official branding partner of the Simulation Football League. Media Tech Institute, turn your passion into your profession. Aerial Shots brought to you by AirViews, United by Drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage from that was just gorgeous shots of Vegas.
Yeah, love the strip there. Excellent. We had a good time. We brought Denver the dog with us. We were in Atlanta last week, and here we are in Vegas.
It's some of the best transportation money can buy. As Ramen takes a quick drop, surveys the field, throws. Who makes him in? This one a nice picks up the first down to the 31.
Hallelujah. Figuring out how to throw those quick wideouts in a way that the receiver can still get some yak, you know, Colin? Yeah, I mentioned we were down in Atlanta. We were at the SFL convention and meetings last weekend. Had a great time. If you're new to the league or been in the league for a while, next time they have a set of meetings, it's worthwhile.
Trips to the bottom, and Ramen drops back, fires this off to Redford, and Redford will get swarmed under for a loss of yard. Jack Brown among those rallying to the ball with the tackle.
You know, they got some good yardage on that play in the previous possession, but nothing doing on this one. And unfortunately for Redford, they had just run a similar wide play to that side of the field.
Some chat shout-outs. Jake Core, Allen Nations, 777, the Brown Knight. As Redford gets the carry, makes the man miss it. Oh, just
he's
and he
loose.
breaks open. 20, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown, Las Vegas. So the guy breaks out the stride in a big way, and he picks up
Shows his frustration.
another rushing touchdown to put him up by 6 pending the extra point.
Works through his frustration by bursting through the line and hitting the Jets. Lots of spin moves, lost count there, and don't trip. Oh, he almost, the turf monster almost brought him down.
It's just a beautiful run by Redford.
Well, that sort of stuns the Charleston defense.
Of some 71 yards.
Woo.
And so 74 yards on 4 carries and a touchdown for the natural. Justin McCrack, the team's former punter, is on to try the extra point attempt. It is up and it is good. So 8:35 to go in the first half. We have a 14-7 game.
Great job by the holder, too, on that snap, Colin. You know, it's interesting, in the early week in the SFL, there have been a lot of miscues on PATs and field goal passes back to the holder, either bad snaps or all thumbs holders.
As McCrack's kick is away, there was a look at the live chat that's going on right now. These are real people, and you can join too by visiting simulationfl.net and clicking the Discord icon there. You will get all the information you need so that maybe someday you can get on the field and we can call your name.
Lots of ways to get involved, exactly, and having a player is a really cool way. If you're into that, and I like to do the broadcasting, and you might have noticed we have this. Colin and I have the same name. That's because I'm the father, he's the son, and he got me
That's
involved.
a throw. Is Macaro, who came back from those cramps, catches another 3-yard out, and TD drew up to 62 yards.
They got-
Passing touch.
They got Macaro uncramped. But yeah, Colin found the league and has been involved for many, many seasons, and he got me involved as well, and it's a ton of fun. And
How I found the league was kind of interesting.
we'll talk about that in a second, as we've got our
Second and 7 situation, 2 receivers at the top. They're like in the slot. Drew
Uh-oh.
under pressure, down
out.
he goes.
Look
Another
out.
sack for Rhett Sawyer. His 3rd sack of the year. And that'll be a 3rd and 13 situation as a result.
That's all 310 pounds of Sawyer. Just kind of weaves his way around the blocking scheme and basically wanders in on him and brings him down. So you had found the league, Colin.
Through NFL Casual Adult Gamers was having a game, and Cam happened to call the game. The teams were the Bears and the Patriots. As meanwhile, Drew is back to throw again, and down he goes. Time it's somebody else for the Fury. Number 92, Byron Lewis,
And
the defensive end.
suddenly, Charleston has got a problem. But yeah, you found Cam, and Cam, you followed Cam over to the SFL.
Yeah,
Simulation Football League.
Yeah, he mentioned that on the cast, and there was like a website and description, and I clicked on it, and the rest you can say is history. The punt is away,
Gonna get great field position here.
and Jack on the ball, and Jack Hoffman will scoop and will score the touchdown. Oh my goodness! Second place turn on such a
Wow.
dive in the Simulation Football League.
Special teams says, "Hey, offensive line, we got you. We got you." I spoke too soon, as the Fury should have had really good field position.
As Khaled and Holly force the fumble in the back of free safety, Jack Hoffman picks it up and runs the other way.
Even the backup's got some speed as he rumbles. halfway down the field for 6. Well, speaking of being stunned, we'll see how Las Vegas offense responds after their special teams. Gophers up 7.
And the extra point is through the sticks. And we, just like that, have a 14-14 ball game in an instant.
So with 7:04 to go in the second, we're tied again, Colin. This is an excellent game so far.
All right. Here's the kickoff from the kicker, Stephen Greyjoy. And it is to that very man who fumbled it from the 10-yard line. It's Jackson. Jackson this time holds on to the ball. And we go to the commissioner of the simulation NFL, Cam Irvine, for gameplay.
Thank you, Colin. Well, this isn't the only game going on right now in the SFL, and it's not the only exciting game either. San Francisco up on undefeated Chicago right now, 10-7, and they just got a pick in the red zone. Back to Colin, Rick, and Steven from Vegas.
Wow, that's certainly an unexpected development. San Francisco putting the undefeated Wildcats through the ringer as John Blades catches the shallow drag cut and picks up 7 yards.
Yeah, surprising, but Chicago has a very strong team, and San Francisco still has their work cut out for them. Good for them to have a lead. We'll stay abreast of that through the game breaks as we go here in Las Vegas, and it's got to be going, what the heck? We're tied.
Press coverage from Charleston. They'll test it with a pass. Roaming down the field. Complete to number 10 for the Fury, Chris Knight.
Robinson for 127 yards already, Colin. Thanks to a couple of big plays like that.
And the exact numbers, Rahman is 13 of 14 for $125, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. With a QBR of 97.9. He's back to throw again one more time. This is complete to Memphis Blue. And Rick, Memphis Blue definitely has an interesting story when it comes to his simulation football career.
Yeah, he does. So he came out of a 2-year retirement or 2-year sabbatical to sign with Las Vegas. And he spent 2 years with Queen City. We caught 83 passes for 904 yards in those 2 seasons. He also clocked 12 TDs in 2 seasons. So a great pickup for them.
2nd and 4, Redford spinning in a hole. Will pick up 3 yards, and we see to hurry up on 3rd and 1. Trying to change their luck on these shortish situations. And it gets a Redford again, sweeping wide, but Predators were there. Zachary Bates and Jack Brown combining on the stop.
I gotta have a mild call out for Redford on that. I mean, I don't know if that was a design play to head wide, but there was a hole right up the middle. And, you expect a veteran like Redford to recognize that. He just needs a couple of yards to pick up that
They're
first
lining
down.
up to go for it on 4th down. Let's see if they actually do it.
Could be the ritual burning of a timeout here. Especially
Oh, the guy comes outside, and Redford picks up the 1st down to boot.
Very nice.
And what is usually timeout cheese has turned into
First down money.
We got a neutral zone infraction on number 78 for the Predators. Sam Lance, the guy who picked up the sack earlier in the possession.
Now costs them 5.
Sets him up with a 1st down regardless. And 1st and 10 at the Charleston 29, so they decline the penalty. Trips to the bottom.
You're going to keep the stats
Rahman.
with Redford. Did he gain 5 yards?
Oh, they
there
got
he goes
another guy to
again.
jump. Here's the throw out to Knight, and Knight will get run out of bounds close to the marker.
Where are they going to spot him? What do we got?
Tackle made by Connolly and Holly combined.
Let's see what the penalty is. Yep. Straight jump.
There's a look at the chat.
They decline it.
And the crowd here is reacting. with some great comments, got him, a jump.
Well, they clearly have the Charleston defensive line guessing a little bit here. And it's 2nd and inches. They don't give him the first down. No challenge.
Standard pro set backfield here is to give to Rahman, and Rahman spins and picks it up easily.
You mean Redford?
Redford, yeah.
Rahman did not hand it to himself, ladies and gentlemen.
That would be bizarre, but
well, that's called a single wing.
And there's the dog. He sensed some excitement going on down the field as here's the give to Redford, and he lost a yard. Tackle made.
Denver's getting a little rowdy as Las Vegas enters the red zone.
Excuse me. I'll let my colleague take it from here. I deal with the hiccups.
There we go. Well, we've got a second here from the Charleston 17. And we got 3 wide to the left. And they don't have the right coverage on that, but they're going to hand it off to Redford instead, and he gets stymied right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain, bringing up 3rd and 11.
As we have 3rd and 11. They're 1 for 3 on 3rd down.
Man, I would have expected Colin Rahman, the veteran that he is, could have seen that they didn't have the right coverage on that trips formation. And he was going to have somebody open over there, but he didn't check into it.
Back to throw, sets his feet, fires. That's going to be short on marker. That was a good 2nd down play, bad 3rd down play. Pass caught by Knight, and Johnny Bravo in on the tackle.
To be.
All right.
We're going to see what they've got here. 4th and 7.
We have Dustin McCrack lining up
For a
will they get it up before the
34-yarder?
2-minute? Looks like they will. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports Network. Now for these commercial messages. Meanwhile, back under the 2-minute warning, Las Vegas try a field goal. They'll spot this a little past the 20-yard line at about 21. Out of hold of Cole Trickle. The snap spot kick is on the way by McCrack from 29 is good. So with 1:57 to go in this first half of play, Vegas front 17-14. Thank you for the nice compliments, Crazy H 2000, my dear friend Dwayne Schindler.
Absolutely. It's good to have friends in the chat. Appreciate it very much.
Don't forget to follow the Simulation Football League on Twitter @SimulationFL and use the hashtag Make an Impact and spread the word throughout Twitter. And Lake returns this kick
as best he can with the terrible coverage there by his mates as 2 Las Vegas defenders come in on him to bring him down before he can even kind of get in the wash there. So 2-minute drill coming up from Charleston here from.
They're down by 3. They got one of their points off special teams play. Their offense has been stymied as far as third downs go. And Drew is sacked. And that is number 92, Byron Lewis again. His second sack as he came flying around the corner.
I thought you were going to say that was sack number 92, which wouldn't be too far off the way it feels here with based on Charleston's last couple of possessions, Colin.
I counted 3 sacks in my head.
Yeah, super leaky offensive line all of a sudden. A lot of credit Las Vegas for making some adjustments, and Charleston just hasn't figured it out. They're going to have to roll him out.
And Drew down the field, complete to McCarroll.
They're going to have to think about rolling him out to buy him some more time on some of these.
That's a 3rd and 8 situation. Clock ticks 1:10 and counting to go. We're approaching a minute. Interesting that the Predators are looking to burn a little time here.
A lot of times I like to have a conversation with myself. Thanks, Colin.
Empty backfield set. 7-step drop from Drew. Fires down the field. Rainbow! Complete. Merrick Itera knocks it away. You know, Rick, he's a noted special teams ace. He blocked 2 punts in one game last year versus Baltimore.
Yeah, Itera, he's the deal, and he likes to wear those pink sleeves, as do a couple of the other players. But you always got to be mindful of where Merrick Itera is when you're on offense, because he is a playmaker.
Indeed.
Indeed. And here's a punt
from DeLoyne again, and Jackson has a good return wall. Doesn't fumble DeLoyne this time, gets to his own 40. Callan and Holly, the cornerback, is on special teams. How about that? A starting special teams,
Yeah,
something you don't see every day.
He wants to be on the field, and I guess they want him to be on the field too. He's got a lot of skills and still learning the game a little bit. So they want to put playmakers out there. So if we get to a count of either 96 punts or 96 sacks, Colin, we'll have question mark and the Mysterians in as a special.
As the throw is over the middle, complete the blades, and they'll call a timeout. Remember, Las Vegas elected to kick to start the game. So how do I build my player in the Simulation Football League? Well, there's a waiver wire, and there you build your player through progression, and that in order to help you progress, SFLinteractive.net, you can buy points on there, which is linked to your PayPal account, I believe. And anybody can join. Any age and all backgrounds. You can play for 2.5 years, and the cost is the equivalent of buying one very expensive video game. This throw is complete to Funk, out of bounds at the 50. It'll be 3rd and inches with 32 seconds left.
Well, they like their chances here, as they're able to still have a couple of timeouts in their pocket, and they're at midfield, Colin. Not a lot of time, but they have scored from about this distance.
Ball spotted right at the stripe. They're going to throw on 3rd and short. They're taking a big shot down the field. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by... I can't see who that is. He'll have to stand up and show me his jersey. Oh, that's number 33, Johnny Bravo. Whoa, mama.
Yeah. Well, and a rare underthrow by Rahman, as he just needs to get it over, loft it down the sideline, and let his receiver run under it.
What a block by Brown. Set up the initial return.
Yeah, we've got Denver all rowdy. He's excited, too, for this game. A tight one, Colin, 17-14 here with 23 seconds to go in the second quarter.
How Charleston plays this will be very interesting. They have all 3 timeouts, and they're on their own 45, 23 seconds left. TD Drew back to throw, staring at a blitz. Avoids 1 sack, gets rid of it, but we have a flag on the play. We have a flag as Jonathan Tanner-Sconsing knocked that away. No, that was Jack Burton knocked that away. We're going to get a call for an eligible man downfield. Blocking his guy a little too eagerly. Number 60.
Guess so. Wanders himself
Ed
down
Castle.
the field. Oh.
He must have thought it was one of those RPO plays, not a pure pass play.
I don't know. You know, when when things get a little tight, you've got to keep your mental focus. And the center is usually one of your sharper knives in the drawer, but allows himself to wander too far downfield.
Here's Drew, quick drop. He'll get sacked. And here comes the hurry up on 2nd and 17. That was Rhett Sawyer, his second sack. There gets the swear engine, and it'll just continue to go backwards. They call time with 3 seconds left, so it's gone from
functional waving of the flag there here at the end of the first half.
Alan Amidi is the head coach. He's not going to be happy with his quarterback, who also serves as the team's GM. Look at him.
If you saw him on the sideline thinking up choice words to say to his team.
Yeah, coach is going to use some
choice words of inspiration.
Scoreboard says 3rd down to 19, but it's really closer to 20.
A long team.
And they pull to Vegas just to give it to Swearingen so they can get out of half down 17-14. Las Vegas in front. This is the Simulation Football League presented by AP Music on 11 Sports. We're going to get a look at the stats, Rick. Wow, only 92 total yards of Charleston and only 3 first downs.
And the way they started, you wouldn't have expected that, as they had a couple of good mid-quarter possessions there, first quarter.
Jack Brown with 5 tackles. Vegas with 4 sacks between 2 players. Let's get another look at these other gems from Stephen Acker. Shake Carroll and Sean Harrelson have only 2 targets between the 2 of them for 14 yards combined.
Wow.
And TD Drew is 10 of 12 for 70 yards, and 20 of those yards going to his contracted guy.
Right, in Las Vegas, D showing, getting a little stronger here as the half wore on, Colin. And you mentioned that 2 uncontracted linebackers. There's a couple teams running with uncontracted linebackers, notably St. Louis, and they also have a good defense. So interesting piece of information that might be being revealed during the season here. So
Jack Brown and Brandon Hake combined have 10 tackles on that man right there, Robert Redford.
That is a beautiful set of double spin moves there. He gets himself free.
Redford has about 10 carries, so maybe Brown or 9 carries. So Brown and Haight have combined to stop him just about every time he's had the ball.
Yeah.
Tom Rahman, 18 of 20 for 153 yards. Certainly better than what he did last week.
A lot of, obviously, halftime updates have offensive highlight packages, but boy, there could have been, could have shown any number of sacks by the Las Vegas Fury.
Back on the field. Charleston getting ready to kick off Vegas. Remember, Vegas elected to kick to start the ball game.
And I got to tell you, I think the Rick meter here at halftime is solidly in Las Vegas' favor, even though the score's close. Charleston has sort of their offensive capability seems to have degraded as we've gone through the second quarter. I'm Rick Northrup, and Colin Northrup on the play-by-play call.
Stephen Hacker on stats as Jackson returns it out to the 34. And, I take a look at the numbers. Memphis Blue, he has 3 catches on 4 targets for 23 yards. John Blades has 5 catches on all 5 of his targets for 37. Funk, 3 for 31. Good yards per reception for both of them, but it only adds up to 56 yards in total.
We've got a trips formation with nobody over, and
he's
going to go to that
side.
And
Ollie plays perfect man-for-man defense.
You know what, Colin? That was another slightly underthrown ball on that play as well. What is... What's going on with Rahman? That's unlike him. Am I right? What, am I on an island over here?
He's thrown 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. He's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. He goes as a free man, tucks under it. Will throw and now cut in. The guy dropped it. Memphis Blue dropped the ball.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Probably no harm, no foul because he was right about the line of scrimmage anyway. But
There was a free runner in there. I believe that was Zachary Bates, the former St. Louis Gladiator linebacker.
He had Rahman dead to rights. And Rahman gives him the old dipsy-do. Ducks under him.
Thank you, Swell 11 for saying it's been a very competitive season. I agree. 3rd down.
Another
pick. Intercepted by Hoffman, who had a recovery for down. And Tom Rahman's thrown 3 interceptions today.
It's official. Tom Rahman's lost his mind. What the heck?
He throws, and I believe he was looking for, it might have been Funk.
He was.
Over the middle, and
he just
stole it out of nowhere.
Didn't account for the man coming over. I didn't see who that was, Colin. You got it.
That was Hoffman.
Hoffman with the pick, right? So he didn't account for the free safety, or he didn't see him.
Harrelson split out wide and kind of that roving wide position away from everybody in the bunch and the bottom against Swearingen instead, and Swearingen will only pick up 1 yard to the 48.
Yeah, okay, so Charleston is going to send me a bunch of fan mail saying their defensive scheming is creating these picks. And, that's a legitimate point of view. That is
Swearingen 21 yards on 10 carries.
So save your postage.
And here to give on a power play, sweeping wide, but just Barton the line. Another pick! Intercepted by Hoffman, who overbacker comes right up to the hole and knocks Swearingen down.
Not only knocked him down, I don't know if we get a replay on it, but I swear from here it looked like he almost choked him out as part of the tackle of the old-fashioned clothesline. But no flag. That, of course, has been illegal. Legal in the lower 48 for some time.
3 wide receivers, 3rd down 9 for Charleston. And Drew, quick drop, fire zone in the middle, complete the shake girl. I know. Late flag.
A little late hit. We're gonna tack some more on here.
2 men dove at the same time, so I don't know who you call it on.
Late hit, number 24.
And they're gonna call the late hit on number 24, the rookie Jonathan Taylor Sconson. Got a little too eager back there.
He's been flying place tonight. Great game so far for him, but he makes a mistake there.
There's about 3 guys who dove. Sconson definitely touched him down after Carroll was ripped out.
Yeah, but did he have a chance to avoid him even? That's a dicey call from our friend R62.
Meanwhile, Tom Rahman's senior son, Tom Jr., is saying Dad's trying not to win.
Ouch.
And oh boy, that'll learn a grounding for sure. As Swearingen pass and gains 6 yards out of it.
As a dad myself, I might need a little cream for that burn. So.
Welcome in AJ today Jackson, Miss Ashley Jackson, for Tulsa Desperados, one of a handful of female players.
Yeah, great to meet Ashley down in the meetings in Atlanta recently. One of the highlights, Colin.
And the throw out to Carroll is going to be a first down the bounce, but he had run score.
Yeah, he couldn't quite. I guess he didn't take enough ballet classes when he was growing up. Well, in Denver, that gets Denver excited as he jumps down in here to the broadcasting level of the booth.
That's Carroll's second catch, or third catch for 17 yards.
Well, Charleston finds
Stephen Hacker keeping track of those things for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Charleston finds themselves in the
power play off to the right side, and Swearingen will pick up 2 yards. I tell you, this guy's had a real hard time trying to get going.
Yeah, we talked earlier in the game about all the weapons that Charleston has in Las Vegas to give their defense credit. stymied many of them.
There's a look at Vaccaro. 5 catches.
McCarron.
5 catches for 38 yards on 6 targets.
There it is.
Throw goes out to that very man we were just talking about. He stepped out of bounds.
Oh,
A chest hair short. Could
Why
have set up a third
could-
and less than a yard.
Why couldn't that be a touchdown? Hold on. Yeah, he's not a Spanish cowboy, a vaquero. It's
Vaccaro.
Macaro.
I apologize to his family.
Family, friends, and all vaqueros. Vaqueros.
Dad, stop.
Everywhere. All right.
Drew will give to Swearingen wide. And he's filled. It's stopped in the backfield by Harley Stone, number 74, and they'll be forced to settle for an extra point-like field goal attempt coming up.
Extra point like. Field goal light. Tastes great. Less filling for your scoreboard. Well, let's keep an eye on the snap here. We've, as I said, we've seen dicey ones already. That's a perfect one.
And it is through from 19 yards, so we are all tied up at 17 and 7:20 to go in the quarter. You're listening to Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports Network. And back to action in Las Vegas, Nevada.
After Charleston just put 3 on the board to tie it again.
And Jackson cuts the other way. Hoffman brings it down. And Jack Hoffman, 5 tackles and an interception, as well as a fumble return for a touchdown on special teams.
For those of you keeping track at home, the Rick meter was solidly in Las Vegas' favor coming out of halftime. I'm going to move that back a little bit to the midpoint, but still in Las Vegas' favor, as Charleston surprised me and showed a little bit of life on offense. Let's see what the Fury can do with it here.
Here's a medium drop back. Throw over the middle of the blades, and that's a good 3-yard pickup to start things off for the Fury. And for John Blades, that is catch number 6 for 40 yards. And, you know, this guy's really sort of struggled to adapt to his new tight end position. He's played wide receiver all the 2 prior years he's been with Vegas. This is his 3rd season, all with Vegas. As another offsides is on by Roman, and Redford spins. 2 spins and broke a couple of tackles. Jack Brown finally brought him down at about the 50, but I believe they'll decline this one.
It's a beautiful thing when you get Redford out in the open like that, and he likes those spin moves. Very exciting.
The penalty was on for one of the Predators, number 77, Spear. An interesting fact about the Predators, they are the first professional sports team to be permanently based in the state of South Carolina full time.
Yeah, there we go.
The Panthers played there temporarily during their inaugural season while their stadium in Charlotte was being built. They played in Clemson, South Carolina. As the throw goes out the Blades, who only picked up 1, and Zachary Bates was right in his hip pocket.
Yeah, he covered him like a blanket.
You know, Bates is a kind of a big safety. He's 6'1", 219. Like I said, former linebacker.
That brings up second and long, not where Las Vegas wants to be at this point, midfield.
Here's to get to Redford, spinning, he tried, and he'll pick up 2 yards. Brandon Haight brings him down. Redford is nearing 100 yards.
Of course, you don't want to be
He's
second
at
and long.
82.
Sorry, Kellen. You don't want to be second and long at any point, I suppose. There was a Captain Vegas comment.
3rd and 7. Vegas only 1 of 6 on 3rd down. And they're gonna throw for this one, but it's gonna be short. No, he tried to answer, but the route was run too short. Brandon Haight and I believe number 23, Oscar Sneed, the backup free safety, there to bring him down together. And another Vegas punt from Lanny Poffo.
Wow. Yeah, so I talked about Captain Obvious. I want to just point out, Colin, you and I didn't need no stupid app booking site for our accommodations here in Vegas. Why? Because we get comped. You know why? Because we're players.
And the return by Dilek is called a fair catch at his own 13. So the Charleston defense holds serve.
Who's the statue in front of that guy? What the heck?
Like the Simulation Football League at Facebook at Facebook.com/SimulationFL, and promote to your friends and share your SFL glory. TD Drew under center. Quick drop, swings it out to Swearingen, who spun behind his back to make the catch and picks up 2 yards.
Yeah, that was on Drew as he threw it behind him. If he didn't have to spin backwards to make that catch, fine athletic play there, by the way. He might have been able to put a move on and generate a little more yak.
We have about 93 yards passing for Drew, according to Stephen Hacker. 14 of 16. Here's to get to Swearingen, and Swearingen just has had a hard time. It's Tom Robin Jr. on the tackle, along with the linebacker Wolfgang Reinhardt, number 55.
Yeah, Tom Rahman Jr. coming up in run support, and you can see how fast he is on that play right there.
Here's trips to the bottom. Drew back to throw, has a clean pocket, fires to Carroll, but it'll be a yard short of the first down. He needed to run that route about 2 or 3 yards farther.
Indeed.
4th down coming up for Charleston.
We're still waiting for the magic number 96 to show up in any of the stats. Question mark and the Mysterians are on hold. Ready to celebrate that.
Max Jackson waiting back to return his punt. Fields this from about his 40, spuns right into Hoffman at the 6. You're listening to Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on 11 Sports Network.
Colin, you said
Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada, where the Fury are all tied up with the Charleston Predators at 17 apiece. What are you watching? The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music. As Rahman's pass, looking for red front.
really another pick.
Caledon Hawley again with the one-handed fancy bat down.
Fancy, going full fancy bat down.
And how can I describe this league if you're just watching us for the first time? Well, folks, it's like a combination of fantasy football, all the elements you'd love about professional football, and some of that newfangled esports all mixed together in sort of one nice, neat package. Redford takes it on a sweep, spins to the inside and pick up 2 yards, set up a 3rd and long.
Give him some forward progress, but it's not much. Makes it 3rd and long.
He's up to 94 yards. Here's a look at the chat.
Welcome in everybody to the chat. Thank you for making the experience that much better.
As they give to Redford on 3rd down, and Jack Brown shuts that down.
Get a Tylenol, somebody.
Yeah.
Stressful. Wants to know what Charlotte's 3rd down conversion stop percentages on defense. And basically, man, they're allowing, coming into this game, they're allowing components to convert on 3rd down 38% at the time. So
just over 1/3 of the time. Good question. It's a good stat to know.
as Buffalo punts again, and
decent kick, forces the fair catch.
Last couple of drives for Vegas. Just punt, and no longer than 20 yards.
Don't forget the interception. Yeah, yikes. So the Rick meter is probably swinging right back to neutral now.
As the Predator yet to get their big Studley back going. He gets a carry here, breaks it, almost broke a tackle, picked up 6 yards.
Hey, bro, you got one, but
according to our numbers, he has one fumble and is averaging just over 2.2 yards a carry. He's at 30 yards on 15 carries. Longest run is 6 yards, 2 catches for 8 yards.
I gotta say, this is anybody's ball game, Colin. That's why we've moved the Rick meter back to neutral. We got sort of a modified 3 wide, but they run it up the middle.
And
Las Vegas stops him short. 3rd and 2.
And that man who stopped him that time was number 50, Chuck Warsaw.
Yeah.
Sean Harrelson's been awfully quiet, just a 1 catch for 4 yards, and that's been really his only action. Mikaro has caught 6 balls, and they get the Swearinger, and again, he got hung up behind his own blocker. What are you doing? And Rhett Sawyer makes the stop.
Makes him pay.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's go.
Oh, look at that. Too cool for school ball boys there. Sporting backwards caps and sunglasses here in a night game.
We get a punt. And under 30 seconds ago, Max Jackson calls a fair catch. And if you're John Bond, you really got to start sweating because your defense can't continue to hold the other team in check for as long as they have forever. Here's a look at Brandon Haight, one of 4 players to move from Indianapolis with the team to Charleston.
That's right. Original Brandon Haight Ashbury.
And here is the juke, and Redford with his best run of the day picks up 7, and he's 1 yard away from going over 71-yard touchdown run we saw earlier.
He was all about the flower power in college.
And we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by AP Music on 11 Sports Network. Tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports Network is brought to you in part by Nation's Best Football, helping NFL, college, high school, and youth players to help hashtag Good Bag, ScoreStream, the official scoring app of the SFL, Sector 6 custom esports jerseys and apparel, the exclusive SFL shop provider, and SpyGoat, dedicated to the craft of audio. Some beautiful shots of the Nevada desert. Aerial shots are brought to you by AirViews, united by drones. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. And
Absolutely, Colin. When we started the fourth quarter, all tied. I would not have guessed that. The way this game started, be tied. It's only 17, but 1 quarter to go for the ball game.
power play wide to the right, and he just had to beat that one man, and that was Jack Brown. No easy task to do as he wrestles him down to the 41-yard line.
Well, just, moving the sticks, one of my themes in terms of how to look at and execute a successful football strategy. And here in a tight game, you just want to make first downs.
Zoinks like Scoob, Jack Brown has 8 solo tackles on the day, and Redford gets another carry and picks up a few, and actually is credited with no gain. And I'm Colin Northrop, he's Rick Northrop. We have Steven Hacker manning the stats truck for us tonight.
We also have Cameron Irvine back at headquarters with our game breaks.
65.4 rating for Rahman. 3 picks. Bring that number down a bit. Here's another carry to Redford, and
one pick cost him.
that one he's probably well over 100. Haight with another tackle. That's about, according to our latest calculations, that is Haight's 5th tackle.
Yeah,
Trips to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom, 3rd down and 9. Another Redford carry. What are they doing? Tom Rahman.
That was a mess right there. Well, and Haight has had a lot of his tackles, it seems like, just in the third quarter. So we called his name a few
Gets another carry and picks up a few. And actually, is credit
times. So this is turning into a little bit of a stymie match, Colin. Could be a threat for OT if somebody doesn't break it out. Of course, Charleston's more than happy to scoop and score on a fumble, and they got 7 off a pick with a short field off the Fury. So maybe luck's on their side. And there's a...
No, nearly. I want to get to something in the chat as Bates returns this one. San Francisco is up on Chicago.
No.
3 minutes left in the third, 23-14.
Oh, my.
And we saw that team playing against last week versus London, and they did not look good, to put it kindly.
It was not good, no. No, but that's a 2-score game. And you said 3 minutes to go?
In the third quarter.
Oh, third quarter. My mistake. So still
Swearingen,
plenty of football to play.
32 yards on 17 carries. He gets a juke. This is the best run of the day by far. Here's
got a
Keith
blocker.
Swearingen. His blocker's running with him, and he was scoring a touchdown. Oh, my goodness.
There's your game breaker right there. Colin, is that the game-winning touchdown? We'll have to see. Still 8 minutes, 47 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. But watch this.
The counter play, the guards blocked beautifully, and he just picked his way through traffic, and nobody so much as touched him.
Yeah, just nice job, Charleston. They just get hat on hat and kind of get a little bit of a wall.
That
or
was about a
steal.
70-yard touchdown run by Keith Swearingen.
Wow.
His longest run of the day by far.
Swearingen came in averaging 6 yards a carry. Let's see what this game YPC looks like here. We'll get our updated stats from Steven Hacker. Thank you so much.
Currently, it's 5.7 yards per carry. It's looking at. And the extra point is good. So with 8:47 to go, Charleston in front 24-17. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by AP Music on 11 Sports Network. yard touchdown run by Keith Swearingen. And we're back.
Pending the kickoff, impending kickoff by Charleston, having just taken the lead.
And there's a penalty. Jackson's wrapped up. So after the penalty, we get the game.
It's going to be a clip. What do we got here?
Game. Oh, it's a hold. It's a hold on one of the Fury, number 90, Augustus Gibbons. Now let's turn it over to Commissioner Cameron Irvine with a game break. Cameron.
Thank you, Colin. Well, I was just about to say, maybe the field goals are going to hurt San Francisco. Chicago with another bomb deep down the field. It's 26-20, extra point pending. San Francisco still up by 5, trying to pull the upset. Back to Colin, Rick, and Steven in Vegas.
Oh, that's amazing. As we watch Rahman throw.
So, a bomb himself down the field. Memphis Blue. And with that, Rahman's up to 188. TD Drew at 102. Although Drew's been able to keep the stat sheet clean in terms of the interceptions.
You know what's interesting about Memphis Blues got 20 catches so far in the season for over 300 yards coming into the game, but no TDs.
He's not the only biggest receiver in search of his search of a TD. I believe Brett Funk is as well. He was shut out a couple weeks ago against London. That accounts for the lack of somewhat of his numbers.
Yeah, Rahman's changing it up here. Line of scrimmage. Quick snap.
As he throws. Oh, and Bravo almost had another pick. 2nd and 10.
A little bit of deception by Rahman as he was changing the play. He was talking and indicating down to the receivers on the right side of the formation. Takes a quick snap and promptly throws it to the left side of the field on the sideline route, Colin. That's kind of cool.
According to Crazy Yates, 10-13 left in that game. Between San Francisco and Chicago. Is up. Diving interception by Jack Brown, but John Blades held it in instead and rolled down the field to the Charleston 48. Up and knocked it out of bounds. That was critical for Vegas, particularly because both teams are struggling mightily on third down here in this ball. Look at the numbers. Vegas 2 of 11 on third down. Or no, Charleston 2 of 11 on third down, and Vegas 1 of 9. Rahman to throw again. Has to run around in a pocket. Found an open man. It's complete and double coverage to Blades. And John Blades having a season best game here, as that one is complete for first down.
Well, that's right. As they get into a threat to enter the red zone, Colin, as Las Vegas needs to answer, wants to answer, has to answer Charleston's scoring drive. And there's a bullet down the right side of the sideline. It'll be first down at the Charleston 12 for the Fury. And just like that, that was to Memphis Blue. It'd be nice to see them get to him in the end zone, as he just is sort of a free runner down there and gets the balls delivered like a shot. So now officially in the red zone with 6:55 to go and the clock moving. Las Vegas looking to even the mark here. They've got sort of a modified 3 wide to the right side of the formation. Ryan drops back, fires into the free man in the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And there you have it. Pending the PAT, they can tie this puppy up. And finally, some good recognition on both Rahman and the receiver's part, as they're able to get somebody out of the trips, modified trips formation, as I call it, because it's not really a bunch. open. One of my working theories is you can always get somebody open if the three receivers and the quarterback are on the same page and understanding the defense. And it's a janky snap, almost behind the holder, who does a good job to corral it, get it down, and have an effective placement. So just like that, we're tied again with 5:41 to go here in Las Vegas, and to the collective relief of the Las Vegas faith. Their team has shown some life and an ability to respond, and here's the kick.
Comes up to the Charleston 27, and that was a critical touchdown reception. Pass from Rahman finds a receiver in the end zone. Let me see who that was. That must have been a non-contracted receiver, I believe.
Sorry, I didn't get the number.
Those guys. 6 grabs for 69 yards between them. As Swearingen will get it again, and Keith Swearingen is now up to 112 yards, 3 yards. That was Mario Cabretti being told. One of the slot receivers, Chris Knight, also for Vegas, has received a lot of looks.
Thanks to our spotter crew on that. They're so excited. And number. And there's a fumble.
Fumble on the field. Grab a ball, and it looks like Charleston fell back on the ball.
That's the second time they've dropped the rock and been able to retain possession, Colin. So Fury goes 0 for 2 on fumbles.
3rd and 5. Drew pumps over the middle. He goes complete. And a beheading tackle by Jackson. And Shea Carroll again comes up with the catch.
That's quality QB play there, Colin. Is that pump is usually trying to get somebody to hesitate deeper down the field. It didn't work, and he immediately goes to his safety valve over the middle.
He's Rick Northrop. I'm Colin Northrop. Stephen Hacker keeping track of the statistics in the truck for us. Counterplay to Swearingen. Had an opening for a moment, but is wrapped up by Jonathan Taylor Scotsing. At the line of scrimmage for no gain. Clock ticks.
I think
Under 5 minutes to go.
I think an appropriate strategy here for Charleston is to use up some time and to generate some first downs. I don't know that you want to, you want to score anyway, but I think they prefer to chew some clock and get their offense going a little bit.
Drew fires to the sideline, up bounce to Macaro.
Of course, that's me, Mr. Vegas.
7 catches, 53 yards, Carroll. He has 5 catches for 40 and a touchdown.
I'd bet it all. So, yeah, okay, yeah, right. I'll bet it all, too. So what do you got? You got a 2, 5, 7. Okay, I got a full house. So you got nothing, so I win. See, if you had 4 aces, then you... Oh, okay, got it.
Oh, what dated movie reference has he pulled out this time? As it's a 3rd and 3. They've struggled to convert a lot of these, but that's it. Ken Macaro again with the catch down to the Vegas 36. Clock ticks under 4:27 and counting to go.
Both sets of receivers and quarterbacks starting to get their rhythm, I think.
That was a Doug special, and it must have quacked on its way to the receiver. Maricatera on the tackle for Las Vegas.
Thank goodness the receiver had that stick-em. I mean, good hands.
4th tackle today for Terra, 1 pass breakup. Drew back to throw, fires, complete to Shea Carroll, and Carroll gets knocked out of bounds after a pickup of 6 yards. I tell you, TD Drew has been really efficient in today's ballgame. Only 2 incompletions, or couple incompletions, as he gone 19 to 21 for $148 and 1 touchdown.
2nd and 3 from the Predators.
Keith Swearingen sitting at 107 on 21 carries. He's in the backfield the second and more. Tight bunch. The loop to the bottom. Here's the give on the drop to Swearingen, and he picks up the first down indeed. And for Charleston, that is only their 21st first down of the game. They run 58 plays.
Did you hear what you just said? Only their 21st first down. That seems like a lot of first downs to me. Maybe it's just me. Call me crazy. I know I'm an outlier.
I'm trying to be funny too in my own way.
Everybody should read Malcolm Gladwell. That's just a side note.
3-step drop. Here's the throw out to Swearingen. Made Rahman Jr. look silly with the spin. He picks up 3 yards. That's his third catch. Well, look on the chat real quick, and you know,
Second and 6.
it's crazy. It's 2000 says Chicago is quickly becoming the miracle team.
They now
And
lead.
just 4 minutes, they lead by 2.
Oh, no. Maybe I should have yelled too. Well, here's a tight bunch formation for Charleston. I don't think we've seen this
Guy
one
to
yet.
the top.
Look out.
Here's Swearingen sweeping wide. Tackle made by Burton. And we'll bring up the third down numbers for you again. 4 of 13 today on third down for Charleston. They converted one last time. And this crowd senses the urgency of the situation. Up a
Same formation. Don't hand it off, please.
What are they going to do? It looks like they're going to
Long count, too.
drain the clock. Play action this time.
That's right.
To the side. Got Carroll, but there was miscommunication on the top of that route.
To
and they were
nobody.
forced to kick a field goal.
Oh, my gosh. That worked to perfection. They run it up the middle for not much. They come out in the same formation, same long count, play action. Somebody's got to be open. Oops. Well, this will still break the stymie tie at 24. Should it be successful, Colin? Like it'll be a 36-yarder.
And it is good. So it's now 27-24 game with 2:19 left as Stephen Greyjoy puts the Predators in front. Well, these teams now want to give an inch to each other. Update from Crazy H 2000 from the San Francisco game across midfield with 6:30 left in that contest.
All right, still time. My lame prediction is there'll be at least 2 more lead changes before it's all said and done.
Kickoff by Greyjoy, fielded by Jackson at about the 10. And Jackson spins away from a defender, gets a block, and gets brought down at the 40.
Disappointing coverage if you're a Charleston fan, but Las Vegas, that's just what the doctor ordered. By the way, we might have to move San Francisco onto an upgrade watch status. Move their watch status to upgrade as they are bringing a load in to Chicago. Back here in Las Vegas.
They get 2:12 to go, so they'll likely get one play off before the 2-minute warning. And
Las Vegas needs 3 to tie. Touchdown to take the lead.
Steven at large saying in the chat who's thirsty. Well, Vegas is for a touchdown.
There we go again.
Changes to play. Redford sweeping, and they
come
lost yards.
Apparently the O-line clear on the change there as they're blocking.
2-minute warning is reached. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by AP Music on 11 Sports Network. Some updates from the San Francisco game. This game sees Charleston in front by 3:27-24 with 2 minutes left. Second and 13. And we'll update you from the comings and goings of the Sharks versus the Wildcats after this play. It's knocked in the air. Knocked away by Jack Hoffman.
Very dangerous. That was 6 for Charleston right there. Colin, what do you got in the San Francisco game for us?
Well, they won a challenge to avoid a 4th and 1. Then they got in the red zone, and then they scored a touchdown on the corner.
Who did?
San Francisco to take the lead. They were down by 2, 28-26.
There's the one lead. One of the 2 lead changes predicted by loyal correspondent. Meanwhile, back in Las Vegas, we got 4 wide.
3rd and 13. Throw down the middle. Memphis Blue with the catch to the Charleston 37. Clock is at 1:50. They're looking to possibly try and squeeze all they can out of this clock.
That's exciting football right there. I don't care who you are.
Vegas now a little more crisply out of the huddle. Here comes standard pro set. Crow and Redford are the backs. Rahman to Blades. First down to the 27.
They gave him the first down, I guess, to his feet across the line. He got the big skin across there too. I don't know. We haven't seen a challenge flag. Maybe we see one here.
Another update from San Francisco. 33-28 with 3:41 left. Chicago has the ball on all
Who's
three.
leading?
San Francisco's
There we go.
leading. As Rahman drops over the middle, complete the Blades. Clock now running under 50.
Under a minute.
6 seconds to go. Now at 50. Rahman back to throw. Fires. Out of bounds. Blue to the 5. It'll be first and goal with 43 seconds left.
Oh my.
And with that last reception, Memphis Blue is 7 catches on 10 targets for 94 yards. Sean Blades, 12 catches on 13 targets for 93 yards. Tom Rahman up to 307 on 31 completions. There's Brandon Haight. He's trying to stiffen for his team, or at least hold them to a field goal. Rahman, deep drop,
Clean.
has all day, fires end zone, Memphis Blue touchdown! That's his first one of the season, first in 2 years. And Vegas takes the lead 30-27.
A terrific opportunity. Opportune time for Memphis Blue to put his name on the scoreboard.
And a deep end cut pays dividends as they take the lead with 39 seconds to go.
Oh, man. And I got to agree with H2022. This is stressful.
Stressful indeed.
There's still time, as they say in the movie. So what you're saying is there's still a chance. Oh, a cruddy snap.
But they got it away, and McCrack splits the stick, so it's 31-27.
And that's a PAT because that forces Charleston to go the length of the field to score a full-on touchdown, Colin. They cannot tie it with a field goal. So that puts the Rick meter solidly in the Las Vegas zone.
It's H2022.
And we're seeing the
It's
Chicago
reacting positively.
We're seeing Chicago just completions.
And the Lake returns this one up to the 26. 35 seconds left. All 3 timeouts. They have a way to go.
And they've got weapons. Don't go anywhere, people. This bad boy still has 35 ticks to go.
And Gravy, a.k.a. Memphis Blue, finally, he says, my touchdown.
Same formation we saw twice in the last drive.
Swing it out to Swearingen, and Tom Rahman Jr. with an outstanding open field tackle forces Charleston to burn their timeouts, and what's worse, they got no yards on that play.
No soup for you.
Crazy H2000 says the Sharks have gotten the ball back. They're smelling blood, up by 5, and with 3 minutes left. Empty backfield set. for TD Drew. Can he be the hero? He takes a deep drop back against the blitz. Oh, down he goes. Wait, we have a flag. Flag. Calm down, folks. Calm down. Let's see who it's on. An eligible man
People. This bad boy.
downfield.
I'll decline that.
No, illegally touching a forward
Oh.
pass. I interpreted the same signal, but it was actually two different penalties in alignment. Number 61, Mike Wall. So things continue.
That old nemesis game, allowing a sack,
Second and 15 from the Predators.
comes back.
2nd and 15, 28 seconds left. They have to throw. They throw. Drew got hit. And America Terror with the
Wow. That's
at the Charleston 46. Oh my.
the celebration begin from Las Vegas. That's going to do it.
So the kid who kept the stat sheet clean all day picks the worst possible time to throw it. He was looking for Mikaro.
And instead finds America Terra.
1st and 10 at the Charleston 46. 24 seconds left. Just a couple of kneel downs ought to do it.
Favorite play in sports, the victory formation.
And here is the ritual burning of the timeouts. Robert Redford at exactly 101 yards on 18 carries with that 71-yard touchdown. Tom Rahman, 32 of 40, 312 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. Memphis Blue, 8 catches for 99 yards, and that critical touchdown from the 12 as the last timeout is called by Charleston.
Did you say Redford had 101 yards, which included a 78-yard touchdown?
71 yards.
70-yard touchdown. He is very below average if you take that one run away. Now, he did earn it. He had like 7 spin moves or something on that thing, and he showed his speed. But boy, if not for that, it illustrates the rest of his game wasn't working.
But John Blades definitely stepped up, 12 catches for 93 yards. And they should theoretically have one more snap of the ball.
They're not going to need to, as there's 12 ticks left on the clock, 30 seconds left on the play clock. So this is going to be your Johnny ball game.
As Bob Ufer once said, victory has 1,000 fathers while defeat is an orphan. The Las Vegas Fury moved to 500. Charleston Predators fall to 1-3. Rick, let's take a look at some of the final game stats.
I think there's going to be some interesting side-by-side comparisons here on the stats. Let's look at the time of TOP.
Oh, only 3 minutes
Yeah,
and
much-
change.
To the first half, that time of possession.
They outpassed Charleston, but Charleston outrushed Vegas. Jack Brown, 11 tackles. The guy was a machine.
Yeah, really for the edge statistically going to Las Vegas, Charleston did a nice job keeping it close, only losing by 4. Really only after a late score by Las Vegas.
Hoffman with 5 tackles. Pass deflection and interception. Of course, had that fumble return for a touchdown on special teams set up by Holly. And there's Cabretti's touchdown. Kept things close for Vegas.
That was the amazing stick-'em catch. Nicely done by Ken McCarrow.
There's John Blades putting in the work from his tight end position. Oh, and there, Warsaw hit Drew as he threw on the pass that Itera intercepted. And that pressure was the key. The late pressure, perfect time to call that. Memphis Blue, 105 receiving yards. John Blaze in 94, and the player of the game is Tom Rotman. 31 of 39 for 312 yards, 3 touchdowns, also 3 picks, and quarterback rating of 93.6. He's the play of the game. Congratulations to Mr. Rotman. Well, for those of us in the Simulation Football League, I'm Colin Northup. He's Rick Norton. We had Stephen Hacker on sets. Our executive producer was Mr. Henry Irvin. So long from Las Vegas. Enjoy the rest of your week.